Welcome back to Prospect Talents TV. My people, we don't come back again with another Bonga update. Right now, I want to talk about some trending things when they happen for Nigeria. If today be your first time when you come across our channel, please subscribe, like, and share. The next person, when you go see now, Nnamdi Kanu lawyer, Aloy Jumako. He go let you know waiting they happen and what we are expected. For this Nnamdi Kanu case. Thank you. I will be right back.
Jimako, thank you for your time with us today.
It's my pleasure having you.
Make I just start by asking this question. You don't see Nnamdi Kanu?
Yes, I met him yesterday for almost 3 hours at the headquarters of the DSS in Abuja. And we had quite an interaction, private interaction initially, and later on he was interviewed by 3 DSS officers in my presence. I wanted to call it an interrogation, but they said no, it's an interview, during which they asked him routine questions, but most of the questions centered on his being the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra and the activities of that organization. So he answered the questions in a relaxed atmosphere, with bearing in mind his constitutional rights not to incriminate himself. Of course, some of the questions had background information that he considered incomplete, and he told the officers that he was not able to answer some of those questions because the information that they supplied to him was incomplete.
If you describe to us when you see Nnamdi Kanu, how he be, what's in is in state of mind?
Well, his state of mind wasn't as sound as it should be. You know, if you listen to his broadcast, you would know that he's a historian. But when I was talking with him, he had trouble recalling the actual date he was abducted. It surprised me. So to jog his memory, I asked him how many nights he spent in Abuja before he was brought to court. He told me 2 nights. So he was brought to court on Tuesday, the 29th June. So we figured he must have been brought into the country on Sunday, the 27th. So when I mentioned that date, he said, sure, that's the date. But I took particular note of that. I also noticed that he had a visible injury on his right wrist. I asked him what it was. He said it was where they had chained him, put the chain on him, and chained him to the concrete floor in Nairobi, Kenya. And he has disappearing injury on the left wrist and an injury right here at the nape of the neck. He appears like somebody who has been mentally traumatized, you know, so he's unwilling to talk about 1 or 2 things until you prompt him. Like when I prompted him about the date, that's the conclusion I drew, how many nights he spent in Abuja.
Is he afraid?
No, he's not. He's traumatized.
If you tell us more about what's happened, because you just mentioned Kenya, and Kenyan government don't come out to talk, say they no arrest Nnamdi Kanu for Kenya. So tell us more about
this. What happened is this. Nnamdi Kanu entered Kenya, I believe, on a certain date, right around April this year. I'm not sure. I'm trying to establish the actual date of entry. But I have documentation from a Kenyan hospital that placed him in Kenya as of 14th April this year, 14th May. So he entered Kenya.
And what did they do for Kenya hospital?
He went there because he had issues with his heart. He felt he wasn't well. So he went there, he was examined, and the diagnosis was hypertension and heart murmur. They made prescriptions for him, and my examination of the medical report indicated medications for heart and controlling blood pressure. So apparently he entered Kenya before the 14th May this year. So he had settled in at a location in Nairobi, a temporary location, and he entered with his passport. That day, on the fateful day, that was on I believe on the 19th, yes, not believe, certain, 100%. He drove himself to the airport from his temporary location in Kenya. He drove to Jomo Kenyatta International and went into the garage, the underground garage, to pick up a visitor flying in from outside. Okay, that is not necessary for this discussion, the identity or whatever. So the moment he got into the parking lot, the garage, a group of several men well armed to the teeth.
And this now waiting Nnamdi Kanu tell you about
Yes.
everything you remember of waiting happened before they bring him to Nigeria.
This is what he told me, and his recollection of this was very, very lucid and clear.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, so now they swooped on him. They gathered and grabbed him, okay, in a very physical, rough way, and he raised the lamb. Luckily for him, there were a few people that were there, and the people wanted to intervene in terms of really very aggressive intervention, because to them, I asked him why they would consider making an aggressive intervention when something that seemed law enforcement was happening. He said perhaps they didn't believe it was normal. So the people that were abducting him told everybody to stay clear, that this person you're looking at is a Nigerian terrorist who assists the Al-Shabaab terrorists in Kenya. They grabbed him, put him in their car, and left, and took him to a private residence, not an official detention facility, where they chained him to the floor. For most of the 8 days he spent there, and they really tortured him, thinking he was Al-Shabaab. So he kept telling them he wasn't Al-Shabaab. He had nothing to do with Al-Shabaab. He kept telling them who he was.
Who be these people?
Well, I asked him who they are. He told me they are Kenyan security officials. I asked him why. He said the insignia, the courage, that he had arrived Kenya, so he had a bit knowledge of the terrain and how the law enforcement functions and the sort of things they wear, how, you know, that they were brazen with weapons openly. It couldn't have been private parties or, you know, some rogue agents doing that. He told me that the thing has a 100% degree of officialdom to it. So they took him to that location, and they were torturing him, and I'm sorry to say they really beat him a lot. So, but at some point when he was trying to explain himself, he told me he was blindfolded most of the time, chained to the floor, bare floor.
But the Kenyan government don't clearly talk, say they don't get hand for this, and they not arrest Nnamdi Kanu for the ground. And also the federal government never come out to talk anything about where your client, where they arrest your client from.
Okay. You see, it's not going to be a question of he said, she said. I'm a lawyer. I operate on the basis of independent and credible evidence. The Kenyan High Commissioner might have sounded credible to the general public, but information available to me can impeach every single word she uttered, including the denial that came from the home government. I have immigration stamp placing Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya just 2 months before his abduction. I have medical evidence placing him at a Kenyan hospital. Okay? And I have his own word. He's a man of sound mind.
And what's in your client Nnamdi Kanu tell you about how they move him from Kenya, as you talk, say he tell you, to Nigeria?
Yes. You see, he said on the fateful day, that was the 27th on Sunday, 27 June, they drove him in a car to Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, blindfolded him, and bundled him inside a private jet, like a Learjet. I asked him if it's a Boeing 777, so whatever, or Airbus, the big ships. He said no, it's a normal private jet that you often would see some people owning private jet, that kind of size. And he was the lone passenger in that jet, in that plane, and he didn't clear immigration. They drove him straight, on the tarmac, straight to the plane and very close to the plane, and put him inside the plane with Nigerian security officials, and left about 12 noon in the afternoon, and landed Nigeria same day in the evening, around something after 4 or to 5.
Make we talk about the trial we go begin again on the 26th of July.
Yes.
How prepared Nnamdi for that trial?
Well, we are, but there's not going to be any trial. There's going to be trial within trial. What happened to Nnamdi Kanu is by legal definition, worldwide legal definition, what is called extraordinary rendition. It's a state crime. It's a crime by the state. If a private individual abducts or violently and illegally seizes another individual, it's called kidnapping, and is a very, in some jurisdictions, is a capital offense. When state does it, it's called extraordinary rendition. That's what happened. So if you rendered or you renditioned a fugitive or a suspect, you have lost jurisdiction to try that suspect because he committed an international crime. You broke your own laws. You broke the laws of the third state from which territory you renditioned that individual. And you broke the laws of the second state of nationality of that individual. That is what is playing out here. Because we have three divergent but also compliant jurisdictions. The three jurisdictions here, Nigeria, Kenya, and UK, their laws prohibit extraordinary rendition.
Okay, so they've been calls don't come from different quarters, from different groups, say the federal government must handle this case on the fair note, that the trial must happen, Nnamdi Kanu trial must happen on a fair note. Does this make you optimistic?
Fair trial?
That Nnamdi Kanu must have a fair trial?
See, there is it's an oxymoron. It's a contradiction to say that a jurisdiction that broke the laws of three countries and the international law, that's the fourth component, to bring a suspect before that jurisdiction should be expected to give fair trial to such individual. But like I said, we haven't even gotten to that bridge yet. When we get to the bridge of whether he's going to get fair trial or not, we are going to ventilate it. The bridge we have to cross first is the bridge of testing the impact of the jurisdiction of Nigeria to try Nnamdi Kanu for any criminal offenses stemming from the extraordinary rendition.
I want to think that the Southeast mass who is going to vote for Tinubu in 2027.
It can never happen. Look,
Nnamdi Kanu said, I'm working seriously to ensure that at their state votes Southeast. So, Hope votes Tinubu. Hope Uzodinma is there, APC.
Mr. Okoro
Wifuru is there, APC.
Listen.
Chukwuma Soludo has been supporting the president, APC.
It is not possible.
And that is neither here nor there. Nobody knows what will happen before 2027.
Mr. Okoro,
so the site is also captured by the APC.
Mr. Okoro, you don't know the Igbo man, no.
Okay.
You know, the mistake these people are making is because they don't understand the people they are leading. They are supposed to be leading. The Igbo man is independent minded. Is that not a fact?
Okay.
Good. You cannot, lead him like a goat. So go and eat grass somewhere. He will tell you, no, that's not what I want. The Igbo man, I know. They are going to disappoint all these governors. Just wait. It's not that one that INEC will see somewhere and write vote for people like Hope Uzodinma and all that. No, it's going to be different. Remember what the North said. That is why I wanted their own to challenge Tinubu. Let me see how the North will allow Tinubu to rig election again, because they are very clear. If this election is rigged again, there will be no Nigeria. So let me see how any INEC chairman will go and rig election in favor of Tinubu. If that's what they are banking on, it can never happen. So in a free and fair election, the Igbo man will never vote Tinubu or APC. We did it to Buhari, we do it again to Tinubu. Because one, what do we have? What inheritance do we have in Tinubu? What is that thing? One single thing Tinubu have done for the Igbo man that will say, yes, this one. In fact,
I understand that there are lots of federal projects in the Southeast now initiated by the current president.
Initiated, I mean.
Yes. And undergoing.
Hold on. The Southeast Development Commission.
Okay, he's the one that signed it into law.
Listen very well. A lawmaker, or didn't you hear him? Was challenging that why is it that all the other development commissions are working, but that of the East not even money for any project in there, and that of all the dams in Nigeria, it is that of Iho Dam that they were giving zero allocation. Did you not hear that in the House of Rep the other day? Did you not hear that? So what is that thing that will make you believe that Tinubu even have any regard for the Igbo man or Southeast? That will make me vote for him. Is that not a pointer? Look at all the or somewhere in the north. In fact, everything is southwest. Even the north are complaining. Is that not true? So on what basis now will any Southeasterner vote for Tinubu? We are not talking of Nnamdi Kanu that is going into persecution, not even prosecution. Now look at it. If you check around, at least I wanted you to list those things that will make the Igbo to vote for Tinubu. List it now. Let us see it. Nothing. Nothing.
Now, Devuma, he says that the president is working.
He's working according to his own understanding.
In the Southeast, several roads have been reconstructed in the Southeast.
He's working because
the Enugu-Onitsha road, Enugu-Onitsha, yes, expressway.
Tell me any other place where they are not constructing road. Even how many roads in the Southeast?
In Abia State, the Arochukwu-Ohanfe road is a federal project. It's ongoing.
Yes, truly, it's ongoing, Abi. We are going to eat road.
I understand that Hope Uzodinma is also doing a lot of federal roads in Imo State.
Good, yes. All this is work.
So, and mind you, when you talk about the Southeast not voting or not voting for the president, Barrister, let's play a lot of realistic politics here. Those votes, do they really count? If you have 3 governors on from APC, don't you think they are able to influence the results of the people during the election? No,
that was then. I'm telling you.
This that was then.
This time
not
around,
now anymore.
with the reform of the electoral act, things are going to change. That's what I'm telling you. That all those things that we are hoping on before, it will no longer happen this time around because the people are not stupid. I just gave you an example of what happened in Delta concerning Okowa. And you are telling me that even in River State, you mean APC will clear River State, Abi? After what they have done there. My brother, don't deceive yourself. Tinubu will be taught a lesson this time around. All those master whatever. You cannot use our money that is used to do things. You are using it to pursue your own selfish political survival. Inducing people with money, financial inducement. A lawmaker in Osun State released this thing. I was thinking somebody will challenge him. Up to now, nobody have said anything. He said he's a lawmaker. He know what is going on. People were giving, the House of Representatives are giving 1 billion naira for constituency project. That of the Senate 2 billion naira for constituency project. Meanwhile, there is no project going on anywhere. No project going on anywhere. This money is for their own pocket. So you can see what is going on. All in the name of to go and get votes for Tinubu.
All right. Barrister, in the coming days, we'll see what will happen. We'll see how many more governors will join the APC. Now, let's move on.
Nnamdi Kanu, Chineke nyere gị mmeri ijiri gaa ije Biafra ala ma na-eke ma n'oge onye bi imegbu gị Chineke adịghị kwesịrị mmegbu gị. Ọ ga-adịkwa nne gị mma n'ezinụlọ gị ma ụmụ gị ma ikwu gị ma ibe gị ma anyị na ndị kụwa ọfọ. Ọ ga-adịrị unu mma gaa lụọ n'obodo Awụsa gaworo onwe anyị agaworo onwe anyị ogologo ndụ gị na ahụ isi ike abego nkịtị nwunye nọ ha gwa adịgo okwu inyere m right merie inyeghị m ka ị lọrọ ije abeele m akwa akụrụ gị ga-aga n'udo lọ ị ga-emeri emeriele ịlọla ọ dịrị gị mma ma na-eke ma n'orie agba ego nkịtị gba adịghị otu onyiri gwa gị Chineke metụ onye nna n'otu n'amụha Jizọs metụ onye nna n'otu n'amụha Jizọs ekpere bụ ọgwụ anyị gwara agbọ n'ime Jizọs ihe si ekpere bụ ọgwụ anyị gwara agbọ anyị ga-agwọ.
Alright guys, thank you very much for watching this video to the end. Like what I always say, I'm saying it again. If these things are not attended to, the roots of agitations and everything, this matter not going to end. That is the truth. The injustice against the Igbos is just there, very bold, written on the wall. And even when they try to challenge it, they are just like, I don't want to use this word. I just want to come out from my mouth. Make it not come be like say person not get respect. The truth is that is the injustice against the Igbo. You cannot just come and tell us you can't justify that. It's just there. It's just there. So what are we now doing here? Why this one Nigeria of a thing? My people, thank you for watching. Please, I want you to share this video, let it go viral. Share this video, make this video go viral so that the world will understand what the Igbos are talking about. The world will understand the cry, the lamentation of these people. Now here I go drop them. Please subscribe and don't forget to drop your comment below the comment section. Let's know how you feel concerning this video. Thank you. See you in my next video. Bye for now.